to you here from Fox 8. Our great friend and former colleague Herb Thomas has passed away. Herb was a multi-award-winning photographer and producer here at Fox 8 for more than 40 years. He also served as a chief photographer. Herb and I worked together on Cleveland's longest-running public affairs program, a program called Neighborhood. And you might remember Herb as Soulman on the Big Chuck and Little John show. Herb retired back in 2016, but still is very active in the community after decades as an incredible ambassador here at the station throughout Northeast Ohio. Herb Thomas is known by all, and I always said that Herb probably was the best known photographer in all of Northeast Ohio. We used to go out on stories and folks would know him before they even knew me.
Yeah.
He was just that popular.
And he was a great photographer.
Yeah, oh my gosh, he was a
So
wonderful
good.
photographer.
He made everybody feel comfortable.
Yeah, he did.
In front of the camera, didn't he?
Yep, yep.
And he just was like a gentle giant,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
just the sweetest, loving, kindest man. I don't think anyone will ever be able to come up with anything negative to say. He just was the nicest, biggest heart, you know, and boy, we are all just so sad.
Beautiful smile. He called him, he used to say, you know, he was kind of a ladies' man. Let me just put that out there.
He was a handsome one.
And he used to call it the teddy bear effect. You know? I said, okay, Herb.
I won't say who, but we would be on road trips in the car, and he'd be always talking to someone. I'm like, would you just marry her? And he's like, it's complicated. And I was like,
But I mean, just a nice guy. I mean, he's like a brother to me. We worked for, you know, for over 40 years. We kind of started together on the streets here at Fox 8. He was here a lot longer than me, but Virgil Dominic put him in training as a photographer when he put me in training as a reporter. And the rest is history. We worked together for many, many years.
And you guys traveled all over
Traveled all over
too,
the place,
you know?
and won many awards, many Emmys with him. And wow, I don't think it's really hit me yet.
No.
But, you know, he's not.
we all just kind of found out this
The
morning.
last time I talked to him, he says, man, I'm coming over to the church. I'm going to help you out. He was going to come by the church and be my executive producer. Wow. But and I was waiting on a call from him, but I get this call.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. So
My favorite is all of his chains that he used to wear on his wrists. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
When we were headed up for a new day on a cruise, and so it was like he had to take them all off to get through security. I'm like,
it took about 20 minutes.
Herb, we're going to be here for like an hour. We're going to miss the flight for our cruise.
And the prayer warriors, you know, that was his
funny.
love. You know, that group he put
and
together.
the community work he did with them as well.
And he did so many plays and stuff like that. He's just very, he is very creative.
Yeah.
And remember, he never used a tripod.
No, and his way of shooting made the viewer feel that they were that person walking and going in. So he spoiled us when we worked with him.
Yeah.
Because
He
then
really
we'd want
did.
everyone else to shoot that way.
Yep.
He just
And
was
nobody
so
could shoot
creative.
that way.
Yeah.
No,
He was
every
the best.
angle of everything was all him.
Yeah. And the best hugger on the planet.
Yes,
Those hugs would just take away all your sadness.
Yep, that's true.
He was amazing.
And most importantly, he was a man of faith.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, as we know, he's in a better place right now. So we can feel good about that.
Amen. Right?
Coming up on Fox 8 News in the morning.
He finds a convenient phone booth and takes the pills that change him into the cleared crime fighter, Soulman.
Oh my gosh.
Well, whether you knew him as Soulman or a member of the Prayer Warriors or from the 40 years he worked here at Fox 8, Herb Thomas was a huge part of WJW.
That's for sure. And this morning, we are sad to say our dear friend has passed away. So we're sharing some memories in this morning's Plugged In. And wow, that's right, he was Soulman. I knew him as Soulman before I actually met him.
Oh, did you really?
When I saw him, I'm like, I thought I met a star or something. Soulman, you know. But wow, my goodness. So, I mean, his career, I mean, he started here when he was 18, right out of high school. Wow. And he was here, over 50 years. And almost 50 years. And he just did everything. And one of the more creative and talented men I've ever met. And we work together so often. We've done so many different, stories together and won a lot of Emmys together. We used to fuss, fight, and then shoot shoot news and win awards, you know. But that was my guy. He was like a brother to me. He really was, and I still
that's
I don't
Herb
think it's
on New Day.
I don't think it's hit me yet. I really
David
don't.
and
Yeah, he ended up doing New Day.
Yeah.
So funny, both he and I, he had been here many years as a studio photographer. And Virgil Dominic hired me as a reporter trainee and made Herb Thomas a photographer trainee. So we kind of started doing street stuff about the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we just had that connection, you know, together. And wow, I mean, it's hard for me to believe that he's gone.
Yeah,
It's hard
I got to work with Herb on New Day. So I had mentioned earlier he kind of ended his career at Fox 8.
He did, yeah.
You know, which
And he
was
loved New
which is
Day.
great. He did, and he was the only camera guy. So every angle you saw of a road show
Yep.
was all Herb.
yeah.
Which, you know, after we were done laughing a million times, because David Moss and I had to do so many retakes because we're laughing so hard, he's having to work extra time getting all that. But he was also very involved in the community.
Yes.
Yeah, big
He did a
time.
lot with Neon, which
Yep,
he had Robert Johnson, the line dancing king, and I host, and just said, you know what, you guys just take it away. He planned it all year,
Yeah.
but knew that we would, you know, help out the event and make it a success. And he was just wonderful, and he taught you so much. You
His
know,
shooting style was very interesting because he
Right.
didn't use a tripod.
Yes, Nope. he did
and
not
and
use
he
a human
liked to, he
tripod.
liked to really. He was the first to actually move with the action.
Yeah.
And that's the way he shot. And it's so funny. I got so used to that. It took me a while when these photographers
stop
set up
moving?
the tripod.
Yeah.
Set up. I'm like, come on, can't you just kind of roll with it?
Right, right.
But he was, like I said, he was incredible. Tremendously gifted. Artistic, and just he was a big guy with always a big guy with a big heart. There he is there playing the Congos with the Prayer Warriors.
And that was one of the reasons I wanted to spend some time here, is because we each had kind of different versions of Herb that we
Yeah.
worked with.
Yes.
You worked with him so long, Christy, you did the traveling with him.
Yeah.
I got to sing with Prayer Warriors
yeah,
many
you did.
times.
Yeah.
We did.
That's
We
awesome.
performed at Gundarena for
Yes,
Josh Groban. We did
yes.
this thing with Peter, Paul, and Mary down at Tri-C. And so I got to see kind of that side
Yes,
and really that
yes.
spiritual side of him too, which was
Yes,
part.
yeah.
We worked together on that album, the Fox 8 album we
That's
did many
right,
years
that's
ago. And
right, that's
boy,
right.
just a genuine human
Yeah.
being.
Everybody
And he
has a Herb
always-
Thomas story.
He
Yeah.
always made everyone feel comfortable.
He did.
Yeah, he
Whether
did.
it was just every
He
day
did.
you worked with them,
Yep.
or if it was guests that were on our shows
Absolutely.
and he had to help them get comfortable, because
Yeah.
not everybody likes to be on TV.
Right.
Yeah.
But they always nailed it. After Herb was done talking to him, it was like,
Yeah,
And that's how he was.
it's so genuine.
And the thing about it,
Gentle
last
heart.
time I talked to him, he said, "Man, I need something to do. I want to come over to the church. I want to work with you over at the church, and work with the production and everything." So Herb was supposed to, he went in and had surgery in September, end of September, and he said, "I'll be out 6 weeks. I'll give you a call early October." So I'm waiting on a call from Herb, to work at the church, and then I get the call that he had passed away. So it's very, very difficult to believe. It really, really is.
We got it before we came into work this morning.
It was
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. It's
Crazy,
just
crazy.
it's really, I mean, it just shows you how life is so brief and so fragile.
very true.
Because he had that heart surgery, major heart surgery, but he came through it. He's doing better. He's on his way back. Then I get the call yesterday, which was
Yeah.
kind of.
But if you can make an impact on people,
Yes,
like
yes.
Herb did,
And that's
you
the
have these
key.
memories to talk about,
That's
and
the
that's
key.
kind of
Yeah.
really what life is
And
about.
he
So-
made an impact, man.
Yeah.
Todd, thank you, and
just wanted to
Dave,
get-
thank
yeah.
you for allowing us, just to
Yeah.
talk about
got it.
about her, because he's so big. He's a big part of our lives.
There will never be another Herb
And like you
Thomas.
said, different areas of
Different
our lives,
perspectives.
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
perspectives. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
That
man!
is-
Like I said, I don't think it's really hit me yet. It really hasn't really hit me.